Hello and welcome to Cigar Box Guitars, aka the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM, and we're working on the King B guitar from scrap to stunner. So let's get going. Hello, so here we go. We're back on the B King, and it's right here. I actually got it all kind of put together. We're going to be working on installing the bridge, and once we get that, then we can put in the tuners and get some strings rigged up to this thing and see how the setup is and how it's going to work. As you know from last time, we got it bolted here. I won't lift it up. The knob still hasn't come in. I got an order coming. The knob, and it'll have corners for each of these corners. I bought 8 of them, but I might not use them all. So those are coming. I keep checking the mailbox every day. In fact, I was just down there this morning to see if it was in there from yesterday, and it wasn't. So if they do come in, we'll give you an update on that. And the only other thing I got to do wiring-wise is I got to run a wire from the ground, from here to the bridge, so I can ground the bridge, so the strings will be grounded. But yeah, so we'll be drilling some holes to mount this down to the box, and I'll give you the bench shot and everything up there. So let's get working on that thing and get this thing done. So yeah, I'll move you over to the bench. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to show you a few things before that, so I came back and I didn't move you yet. Anyways, I went to Total Wine, the favorite place I go for getting cigar boxes, and it was the first time I walked in there in a long time. They didn't have any cigar boxes in their bin, so I'm thinking, you guys are watching and buying all the boxes out of there, at least in San Marcos. So the other thing I got, I had to go over to AAA. I'm trying to get a license plate for the little trailer. Plus I had to renew my license plates on the car. And right around the corner is like a cigar shop. They actually have, it's a real nice one. They actually got these big leather chairs, and guys sit in there and smoke their stogies that they buy. And they have a bunch of boxes. And the last time I was there, they're kind of expensive. They were selling boxes for $3 each, or 10 for $20. So that would drop the price down if you bought 10 of them, the bulk. Didn't see mostly boxes like I already have. I saw the white ones, the brown ones, and a lot of small ones. I don't know if you remember that one I have, that little power amp I put in, that weird triangle one. They had a few of those, so if I'm going to make more little, amps, I'll definitely go there and buy some of those. The other thing I found, though, was a very unusual box, and that's this one right here. Look at that baby. It's got lacquer on it, better than some of my guitars. And then when you open it up, I don't want to drop it, I'll nick it. When you open it up, look at the lid on that thing. So it's like, I don't want to cut any of it because it's beautiful. And then the hinges, look at those hinges. They're built in. They work real smooth. And so I was sitting there this morning going, how can I use this? And I thought, what I might do, when you listen to the lid, you'd have to screw it down pretty tight because it has some rattle, because it's thick. It's thick wood. You can see how thick it is. The other part is it's got a really nice wood bottom, and then, but on the bottom they got like this felt. But if you listen to it's got pretty good resonance, even with that felt on there. So I've seen Hot Sauce Guitar Kitchen guy actually turn boxes upside down and make this the top, which would be kind of cool, because if I made this the top, then you leave this, upright, and then you can still get in the box, because when you run the strings across, you wouldn't be able to open it. So I'm thinking about maybe doing this and cutting here, because man, I just even cutting the neck in it, I'm like, oh man, look at that. It's got nice logos and it's so shiny. So future project, but I just thought I'd show you that really cool. But I did pay $3 for this one, which is a little out of my price range, but it's the right size and beautiful. I mean, I love the finish on it. You wouldn't have to finish it. It's like, it looks like already a lacquered guitar. So yeah, so we'll see what we can do with that. And I love this detail. You can see they got these little orange arrows right there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I was pretty excited to find this one. This was the only one. If they had 10 of them with these kind of finishes, I might have sprung them, bought $20 worth of them, you know, buy 10 of them, but I didn't. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. Like I said, CBG is coming with the corners, and still waiting on that. So anyways, I forgot to order, and then I did decide, as you can see, I decided against the white knobs. We'll say put those in the drawer for another project. They might even look good on that one. And I'm gonna go with these kind. This one already says tone. The ones I've got coming from CBG will say volume on it, so I'll have volume and tone, because it matches. It's the creamier color like the pickup too, so I kind of like that. So now I'll get you over to the bench if we got rid of some of those details, and we'll get you over to the bench. All right, I got a new camera angle, so we'll have to see how it goes. I can't see what's happening because I got it on the front camera. My clip did break, if you can see that. So let's fix that first, and then we'll go from there. I gotta crazy glue that. I'll probably use it the way I have it right now. It just, oops, took that wrong part off. Uh-oh, having trouble with the crazy glue bottle. There we go. Got two stuck. Oh yeah, look at it. You can see that crazy glue formed its own little deal. So we'll see how it goes with the camera facing this way. Once I fix this mounting, hopefully you can see the B King. And, oops, now I got crazy glue all over my hands. So yeah, I wanted to get a better shot of, so you're not looking at my back. Sorry about that on those other ones that you had to look at my back. I got crazy glue all over this thing. So let's get this fixed. Yeah, this thing must have been too much pressure. Oops. Let's set this aside. All right, got that crazy glued. And now we're working on the B King. New camera setup. Tried to get better lighting in here. Hopefully this light isn't in your way. I can't see it, but we're gonna try to get it right. So here we are in the B King. And like I said, we gotta get that, I'll take this guy off. We gotta get that wire in here first. And it's kind of tricky now to open this up because I got to kind of slide. I got to kind of slide this out, and I've got it taped in until I can put those screws into the blocks, and then this will be screwed in too, and then we'll get the screws in the corners. So let me get a wire to run from here. Run from here up to our pickup. Maybe I'm jumping ahead of the game because I'm gonna have to feed that up in the holes. But let me get a wire. I'm trying to. I think I got black on ground, yeah. So we'll get a black one. And this is just a wire to ground the bridge once we get the bridge in there. I think. Maybe I'm going to need it longer. I could probably come from here. Yeah. That's too short. Let me make it longer. It's got to run from here up into there. So I'm trying either spot. There's a ground up here on the pot is the ground. And then there's a ground. Oh, it's actually we're using yellow. Because that's the yellow one up there. I gotta tighten these up too. They're twisting around. Gotta get a wrench out. So we need a yellow one. Kind of keep it color coordinated so we know in the box that the black is the hot and this is gonna be the ground. So I just need to go from here to like there. So that'll be good. Once we get this in, it's all gonna start. It's gonna be in there, as you can see. Oh, what I did was on the neck, remember how I had that one screw pop out? Well, basically it was sealed in. It was screwed in, so it was locking tight, especially in this maple. So I can't get this one further down, which was kind of the pits, because you can see I kind of rounded those out anyways. But I took the head of that screw and I crazy glued it in there, so it looks like it's got a screw in there, but you wouldn't be able to take them out. You'd have to drill it out. So it's pretty permanent now. But that at least fixed it. And then because I had a little bit of crack, I filled it with wood filler in there. So I could stain it later. So that's what happened on that part. So let me get these wires stripped. Probably be easier to hook up because I got a bare wire. I can just hook right up to that, wrap it around. It'll be easier to solder. So, but this is the time to do it because I won't be able to get in here after this. And that'll That'll go over here and up through a hole right there. So maybe I didn't make it long enough. We'll make it work, but let me get these tight while I got this open and I can hold them, because these are going to get a lot of abuse. Let me get a crescent wrench. One thing you want to make sure you have these tight before you get everything closed, because otherwise you got to take everything apart and unscrew everything, and that'll be tougher later. So you got to get it as tight as you're going to have it right away. We'll get this guy. Oh yeah, he was really loose. He was really loose. There we go. So those aren't going anywhere now. So let me get this piece soldered, and then I'll bring it back for drilling that hole in. My soldering iron is over there, so let me pause you. All right, there we go. We're back. Got this baby all soldered up in here. And now I was just thinking I need to find the screws for these. But let's get the holes drilled for this thing so we can get this wire through, and then we can close it all up. So I'm going to close this up like this. Oops. It all gets kind of like fussy now. I've got my marks already here and here, so I can see kind of where that bridge is supposed to go. I'm going to lean to the high side of this one so it lines up better with my pickup. I might be a little off with the pickup when I put a straight edge on it. So I'm going to lean a little to the high side, because what you want is the string running over the poles, and I think that's about right there. So we need to take these apart so we can reach those screws. So let's get this thing apart. Looks like that one and that one. Oh, we'll just take them all off, because it's going to be hard. I gotta be careful with these now, they got springs in them. Don't want to lose the springs, which that'll be my next deal. Because they're kind of one of a kind. They're long. Got a lot of throw on them.
That's a long screw. Yeah, still not out. Still not out. I'm gonna be here a while doing this. There we go. So we got that one. We'll take all these off. Looks like I'm gonna have to get all of them. I don't know if that's the right one. That seems kind of small. Sometimes you get these little tiny ones. These don't fall into that category. I'm just gonna get all these loose since I'm holding it. Pretty long. I kind of place them in order. So what you can see is I got the screws are underneath there, so these have to be taken out in order to get it bolted down. Kind of got to deassemble it, you know. Okay, I'm gonna skip this and that way. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the show of putting together the Bee King. It's going to be a stunner when I get it done. Look at the gold on there. So we'll see you next week, same time, same bat station, and we'll be talking to you later.